And you have no idea how much you mean to a lot of people. And I don't know if you heard, but Georges St-Pierre was talking the other day, and he was asked, the people that should be the real Hall of Fame for the sport of martial arts, and he said Royce Gracie, Mark Coleman as the two names. People think that obviously he himself should be included, but definitely you are one of the pioneers. Like, I think people should give you accolades for even building the sport beyond everything else, besides the fact that you were the UFC heavyweight champion and all the other accomplishments you've done. And I don't mean to focus on that, because I know you've heard this a billion times.
No, that's pretty amazing, because I am me and George, we've built quite a relationship, because his father was an alcoholic, and we've talked many times about his father and about myself, and I met him when he was very young. I left quite an impression on him. Me and Randall did. We were crazy, but it's truly amazing that he says those kind of things about me. Some days I was pretty good when I had it all together, when I prepared properly, and I did the right things. I think I was pretty good, but my consistency in my career, it just wasn't there to be considered a GOAT. But on certain days, I was able to rise up. But consistency is that's Georges St-Pierre. He was consistent. I mean, he's just a good, humble guy, a very kind guy, and obviously, I respect I know how hard that man worked. What I like about him the most is he didn't watch the sport, and then he was so smart. He realized right away that he was going to have to become a world-class wrestler if he wanted to be the champion. And he went out and did something that many people cannot do. He became a great wrestler, even though he started late in his career. I mean, most great wrestlers started when they were 5 years old, but he became advanced wrestler, and it comes down to his work ethic, because he was prepared to grind, and he really is a wrestler. And
right.
I always say, if you can't wrestle, you can't fight.
Absolutely. And listen, coming from you, I'm sure he'll appreciate when he hears these things, because who knows about wrestling more than you? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people may not have understood what you just said in terms at the time, because I think he became a great champion because of that wrestling ability, and people didn't give him enough credit, I think, at the time for being, like you said, a wrestler. They focused on the other things, but he was taking people down.
Very challenging for a non-wrestler, who's 25 years old and wants to become a wrestler. They can get very good at being able to stop the takedown, but it's very, very difficult to become an advanced takedown specialist. And Georges St-Pierre, he became very good at, because taking a man down is one of the most challenging things in the world, especially when the other guy is elite. So, I mean, that's what's most impressive to me about George. He can do it all, but I'm impressed by how good his wrestling got.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he could have been an Olympic champion. I'm not going to go that far.
Right.
Because the Olympic champions are truly one of a kind. But George is Olympic caliber, but champion, that's saying too much.
Nor do I think he was trying to be an Olympic champion. He said himself that he's not a master of wrestling, or he's not a master of boxing. He's a master of mixing those things together and using them to win fights, like you did and like everybody else.
Exactly.
He's a master. But like you said, one thing you really, truly stressed correctly, his work ethic is really, you got to admire how hard he has worked. And funny enough, continues to work even as he's retired now, right?